And you spoke a bit earlier, Dan, in our conversation about autopilot. I think it would be beneficial just to talk about that in a bit more depth and how autopilot can be used to help roll out the new devices, or to more specifically how it can roll out Windows 11 onto these new devices if they're required.
Yeah, sure. So autopilot, kind of at its core, it's just what we call over-the-air provisioning tool. So if you think about it, when you receive your new iPhone, for example, or you walk into the Apple Store or High Street Store and you turn on the device for the first time, it asks you to select your language, add it to the Wi-Fi, put your username and password, and then as if by magic, by the time you made a cup of tea, your photos are there, your apps are installing, all your settings are the exact same. It's effectively that experience, but for Windows 11. So this allows organizations that are autopilot ready, and I stress that because there is an element of preparation testing you have to do. And again, MSPs like HAYNE.cloud, we can help with that. The idea being is that you can effectively order the laptops from the channel or from your partner direct to end users in some cases, especially if you've got a remote workforce. Or you can go into, like, say, your own offices. It means that no one's having to physically touch the device because it's already been autopilot made ready. There is a process called extracting the hash file, which can be done through partners. This effectively joins the device automatically at point of provisioning to your Microsoft 365 tenant, so that when the user boots it up for the first time, they get a welcome page, they get an enrollment screen, and the device starts preparing itself. Right, so it's gonna check in. It knows who the user is. It's going to download the applications that are relevant. It's going to apply the relevant security policies. Usually, the process does depend on things like the internet connection and the number of settings and apps that your IT team or your partner have effectively set up. But generally speaking, within kind of 30 to 45 minutes, the device is pretty much ready for use. And the same goes for things like Windows 365 and Azure Virtual Desktop as well. Similar experience whereby the device is auto provisioning for you.
So a bit of groundwork beforehand to set up autopilot, and something maybe to take into consideration with people's timelines when they're looking at the transition. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, like anything, right? Test and test again. Make sure the experience and the policies are matching both the business requirements, from a regulation perspective. If you are following things like adhering to Cyber Essentials or 27001, for example, make sure that you are designing your autopilot and Intune policies in line with those requirements first and foremost.